What's up, crypto family? I'm back with another update. Hope you guys are having a good day. Billionaire Ray Dalio speaks in Davos, says blockchain is great, but let's call it digital gold. Again, family, we all hold digital currencies. We all hold digital gold. Either it's XRP, which you already know, if it's Luna, if it's Dogelon, if it's Yeti, you guys know the rest. As long as it has utility and it can change the world and help solve problems, all of you hold digital gold. So this billionaire, he says this week, the world has been talking about the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland, which started on May 22nd and ends on May 26th. At the event, Bridgewater Associates founder Ray Dalio spoke about today's economy, the Federal Reserve cash, and cryptocurrencies. Dalio noted at the WEF conference that he believes blockchain is great, but says let's call it digital gold. All right. So as you guys know, with this whole market, cryptocurrency just sunk. But we all know it's just great prices for us to buy. All right. So this is what he said. We have at least four crises which are interwoven. We have high inflation, we have an energy crisis, we have food poverty, and we have a climate crisis. And we can't solve the problems if we concentrate on only one crisis, family. So, cryptocurrencies in particular, I think blockchain's great, Dalio said to the host of CNBC's broadcast Squawk Box, but let's call it digital gold. I think a digital gold, which would be a Bitcoin kind of thing, is something that probably in the interest of diversification, of finding an alternative to gold, has a little spot relative to gold and then relative to other assets. Okay? So you heard that from the billionaire, right? So now, acquiring a home with Bitcoin, a deep dive into the latest crypto-backed mortgage trend. And you guys are probably saying, well, why are you talking about this? Why were you talking about the billionaire? The reason why I'm speaking about this because things are going to dramatically change. Of course, your portfolio dramatically change of how it looks. The price is not up, but at the same time, it is going to dramatically change in the next coming months. Why I am telling you this, they are all gearing up for this push of cryptocurrencies. Okay, so during the last few years, cryptocurrencies have been integrated into traditional finance tools like automated teller machines, loadable debit cards, point of sale devices, and direct payments for all kinds of goods and services. Digital assets have also been added to retirement account offerings issued by financial giants like Fidelity. In recent times, cryptocurrencies can be further capitalized to put a down payment on a mortgage or get a conventional home loan using Bitcoin as collateral. Now, like what I was saying in the beginning, you guys see your portfolios, it's looking bloody, okay? But like what I told you guys, they are all working. They are working behind the scenes of getting everything regulated so they can push cryptocurrency. So when they push the cryptocurrency, all digital assets, the prices are going to rise. Right now, it's just cheap, but the average investor doesn't see it that way. They're like, you know what, let me go ahead and sell this. Cryptocurrency is not going to be the same. It's not going to make me millions. They're going to put you on that weight. They're going to hold you and say, hey, this is a bad buy. I wouldn't invest in cryptocurrency. It's very risky. The market is very volatile. Of course, anything that you do in life is risky. So, while digital asset investment has skyrocketed, most investors are unable to use their cryptocurrency holdings to directly fund the most important purchase in their life, a home. Abra CEO Bill Bart explained during the announcement. our partnership with Proppy, and if you guys know about Proppy, I'm telling you guys right now, that's the first digital asset that is going to be in the real estate. So if you guys have not bought into Proppy, it's very cheap. I would grab me some. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Our partnership with Proppy solve this and is a major step in bridging the gap between crypto and real estate, the Abra executive added. Okay. In addition to Abra, a company called Milo is offering crypto-backed mortgages for people interested in purchasing real estate. Milo is a Florida-based startup that raised $17 million on March 9, 2022 in a Series A funding. The California-based venture capital firm M13 led the funding round. QED investors, Mediprop participated. Fam, it's like everything is happening the way it is right now. It was meant to happen. And like what I said, if you're not financially stable, or not stable, but unable to buy more, it's okay. As long as you hold digital assets and you hold a good chunk of it, you're great. Major Japanese bank, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust, to launch cryptocurrency custody business. And as you guys know, SBI, okay, they're partners with Ripple. And I got some stuff on XRP I'm going to lay down on you guys as well. There's just so much stuff right now. It's so much great information. And I want you guys to understand what's going on around the world with cryptocurrency in general. So, Sumitomo Mitsui Trust, one of the major banking institutions in Japan, will reportedly enter the cryptocurrency custody business. The company is entering a partnership with BitBank, a Tokyo-based cryptocurrency exchange, to launch a new company that will focus on offering institutional-grade custody for digital assets and NFTs, family. So, down here, the capital of the company is reportedly 300 million yen, and that's worth 2.3 million at its start, with the two companies expecting other investors to dive into the proposal to reach 10 billion yen, and that is $78 million. So they're starting off at 2.3 million and they're going to end off at 78 million because why? Everybody wants to jump in. Everybody wants to jump in. While the company is entering the crypto sector during a downturn in the market, again, I'm going to read that again. While the company is entering the crypto sector during a downturn in the market, with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies losing a large part of their value, the rise of the metaverse and blockchain gaming could power the interest in cryptocurrency during this period. Japan Digital Asset Trust is said to expect demand for stablecoins, which usually don't suffer the same volatility problems that other cryptocurrencies do, to increase as metaverse worlds rise to prominence. So like you guys seen it a couple of videos ago when I did a video on metaverse. The metaverse is important. They want stable coins. You're going to have to use your digital currencies to buy into the metaverse, things that you want. You see what I'm saying? So why wait, you know, to cash out, make your profits, and go buy what you want? You could buy everything in the metaverse and bring it in reality. That's the thing. All right. So prepare for recession. Musk and Goldman Sachs. Blankfin weigh in. Galaxy Digital CEO talks on Terra collapse. Bitcoin news. So here they go. This week, both Goldman Sachs, Lloyd Blankfin, and Tesla boss Elon Musk weighed in on the issue of an impending recession in the U.S., issuing sobering estimations. In the wake of Terra's epic implosion, the topic is all the more critical. But Luna Tattoo Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz still thinks crypto revolution is here to stay, family. It is here to stay. So don't let everything that's happening pushes you away. Don't let that happen. Okay? Now, as you guys see here, I have an article with the SEC how they want to prevent XRP holders from assisting courts. Now, most of you guys are not Trump reporters. I'm not a Trump supporter, but it's just I don't like to pick politics. I'm not this person, I'm not that person. I just want to give you guys the news. So I'm gonna play this clip, and he's also speaking about XRP, and then Brad Garlinghouse. So it's family, stay tuned. Don't get off of here. Pay attention.
CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, great to see you. Thanks very much for being here.
Maria, good to be back.
Will you assess the market for us? All of this massive decline in the last 6 months or so. How has that impacted perception and the reception of investors? How do you see the market right now?
Well, two quick thoughts on that. I mean, there's no question there's been a lot of turbulence in the crypto market. I think if you zoom out, though, over the last 2 years, you have to remember that Bitcoin was at about $8,000 2 years ago. And today it's, as you just pointed out, around 30,000. So, yes, in between there, it hit 60,000. Look, this is a new market. And I think there's certainly been a lot of excitement about what's going on in the market. And then sometimes that excitement gets ahead of the reality. For Ripple, we've been very focused on how do we use these technologies to solve real problems for customers. And those are the solutions I think will scale regardless of what's happening in the turbulence and volatility of the market.
So what are you expecting in the way of regulation? Some lawmakers are using this sell-off as reason to push back on crypto. You've got Elizabeth Warren telling Fidelity she doesn't want them putting crypto in retirement accounts. And, of course, the SEC coming up with new frameworks for the regulatory backdrop. What do you think the regulation should look like?
Well, first off, I'll say, here in Davos, when I came 4 years ago, crypto is considered a bad word. Today, that is dramatically different. And frankly, our elected officials that are here in Davos are some of the people speaking most aggressively about that. But there's no question that regulation around crypto is still trying to find a solid footing and finding the right posture for the United States. The United States has really been behind other G20 markets like the UK, like Switzerland, like Singapore, that have really been leading in establishing a framework that works for both investors as well as entrepreneurs who are taking advantage of these new technologies and building the next generations of Google and Facebook.
James Freeman.
Brad, hi. A lot of investors may be scratching their heads over what's been happening in this space. Maybe they're seeing a bargain opportunity. For people who are looking at this, though, can you tell us about Tether, the biggest stable coin kind of underlying the trading in a lot of crypto? What are the assets that are backing Tether?
It's a really good question. And certainly, as you point out, stable coins have been in the news because that was one of the catalysts that really drove the market a couple weeks ago. An algorithmic stable coin kind of melted down, if you will. Tether is considered a dollar-backed stable coin. I'm not personally involved with it, so I don't know exactly how they are sharing those financials. But I think now more than ever, the transparency that companies like Ripple have championed across the crypto industry are critical. That transparency for Tether, I think, is to really make sure the people participating, people buying, have access to whatever financial information they need to feel comfortable that, in fact, it is dollar-backed.
So do you think Tether has got to be more transparent about what's backing it?
Well, I think the whole industry needs to be more transparent. I think that applies to Tether. I think that applies to the whole industry. From the earliest days, Ripple and the XRP community, we've tried to lead by example. We've really tried to be the adults in the crypto room. And it's the reason why I've come here to Davos and met with finance ministers from around the world, CEOs of banks from around the world, to talk about how these technologies can actually solve real-world problems and reduce costs and improve the efficiency of particularly cross-border payments, an area that here at WEF they care a lot about, a population that's paying the most for remittance costs that can least afford it.
So Brad, let me get your take. You said a moment ago that it's dominating Davos. How is that this year? What do you mean it's so prevalent in Davos this year versus 4 years ago? And where does the growth come from at Ripple at this point? When you look out 5 years, where does the growth at your company come from?
Well, I'm not sure it's dominating Davos, but it has changed dramatically from where it was 4 years ago. And the number of sessions, the number of leaders from the crypto industry are certainly here. And it's certainly, compared to 4 years ago, it's a voice. As I think I mentioned, I heard 4 years ago that crypto is still a bad word here. For Ripple, the growth is really, we had a tremendous year last year. Even in Q1 of this year, we grew our primary product and already doing billions of dollars of transactions. We grew 8x on a year-on-year basis. So it's growing. The demand is clearly there because we're solving a real problem. There's utility there. Now, most of that growth is coming from outside the United States, unfortunately, and most of our hiring is outside the United States because we don't have that regulatory clarity and that regulatory certainty.
Brad, it's great to have you this morning. Thanks very much.
As you guys heard, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple is doing fine. XRP is doing terrific. So if you guys are not stuffing your bags with XRP, man, like what more do I need to tell you or show you? Okay, this is why the U.S. Security Exchange has informed the court that it plans to file an objection to an MC request permission requested by XRP holders. It is asking Judge Analizia Torres for an extension of time until June 7th due to the upcoming holiday and other briefing deadlines. You see, the SEC is trying to hold off as much as they can. They do not want you to become wealthy. They do not want you to seek financial freedom and to have it, family. This is the reason why. This is the reason why I do these videos, so you can see through the BS. If you can't see through the BS, you will never become wealthy. You're always going to follow what the media has to say, and you're going to run along with it. You do not want to do that. You are seeking, this is the reason why you put your money into cryptocurrencies, is because you are seeking financial freedom. You're not just wanting to have it, but you are seeking to have it and have generational wealth. So this is why we invest. This is why we hodl. This is why we stay focused, family. So you heard what he said. This is still, man, it's so bullish, it's crazy, man. We've been through so much. We've been through so long. And the thing about it is, you're not alone. None of you guys are alone. And while you're watching, hit that thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'm about to start me on OnlyFans. You know, it's just going to be me. Let me know if you guys are interested. You know, it's going to be about $5.89. That's the prices that we're trying to reach with XRP. $5.89, baby. So hold on. Don't go nowhere.
There's 50 central banks. The Rothschilds own about 48 of them. And so you and I don't have a prayer because money makes the world go round. And the economy runs on money, like it or not. Our financial system, or money, is designed to make the rich richer, but keep the poor middle class poorer. And that's why our schools don't teach us about money, because the school system works for the central banks also. There's three kinds of money today that you guys got to be aware of. One is God's money, and God's money is gold and silver. And then there's government money, which is fiat currency, which is the dollar, the yen, the peso, the euro, the yuan. Fake. And everybody's working hard for it. And then there's fake assets. But the reason I brought this here is most people haven't seen it. And so the reason I call it God's money is you can't fake it. You know, you can fake it with a fake ETF. Why did I say it's God's money? Because it was here when the earth was created. And it'll be here when we're all dead and gone. When you're saving those fake dollars, this will still be here. In 1971, President Richard A. Nixon,
well, I'm not a crook,
Tricky Dick, took the US dollar off the gold standard. Why is that significant?
I have directed Secretary Connally to suspend temporarily the convertibility of the dollar. Your dollar will be worth just as much tomorrow as it is today.
So why Nixon in 1971 saying the dollar's coming off the gold standard was supposed to be temporary is so important is the US dollar became fake money. For thousands of years, we've done what we're doing today. We spend too much money, we print money, we debase our currency. You know, during the Roman empires, they took gold and silver and they mixed it with lead and nickel. We're doing the same thing. And so the trouble with what's happening to our money is in 1971, when Nixon took us off the gold standard, the dollar became dead. People don't know that. And they could print as much as they wanted. So the value of the dollar goes down. It's a very rich dad, poor dad. I said savers are losers. Because why would you save it when the Fed can print it? The trouble is, historically, for thousands of years, anybody who's done this collapses. So the Roman Empire collapsed, the Chinese government collapsed, and we're doing the same thing. We just don't live long enough to know it. So we're pretty close right now. We just can't keep printing money and giving people money for free and think that it'll survive. And the trouble is, it's now a global problem. You know, we have the central banks of like European, Japanese, Chinese, everybody's central banks today, and we're printing money. It's not going to last. If you look at what happened with the fake central bank, see, the purpose of the central bank or the Fed or all, you know, the Japanese bank, the Bank of Japan, or the European Central Bank, they pump out fake money. You're going to find that most of my talks is about the Fed. Don't save money. Don't save government money, because they're corrupt as hell, as you know. Save God's money. You know, I don't know what would happen, but I think the house of cards is about to come down anyway, because the corruption inside our banking system is at all-time highs. He who controls the gold makes the rules. And so I decided I'd rather be on the banker side than the employee side. The rich started to get richer because the stock market was going up and the economy was booming because there was all this fake money flooding the system. Then there was this crash here in 1987. So in 1987, after they crashed, they said, oh my God, how do we prevent it from crashing again? So they started creating fake assets. Right in front of our eyes right now, we can see capitalism, socialism, and communism. That's what I'm concerned about. And the average person without financial education from our schools can't see it. They can't see it. So we're shifting to communism right now, central control of the economy. There'll be an IMF bailout, you know, International Monetary Fund. What I say in private, when the IMF steps in to save you, like it did for Greece and Brazil and all that, IMF stands for that's what it means. The monetary system has been blown apart so bad that a foreign government, comes in and they're going to start giving us more fake money called SDRs, special drawing rights. I don't know what they are, but they're going to give us more fake money. So what should I do? I always say, gold, silver, God's money, Bitcoin, people's money. You want to get outside this corrupt system. Bitcoin is open source. That means the central banks can't mess with it.
You guys heard Robert Kiyosaki. I'm telling you guys right now, do not be blindsided by this fiat that we work for, that we pay our bills for. Because what you hold is going to be it's going to be more expensive than what you're working for right now. Okay? Can you go to your job and ask them, hey, can I get paid in XRP? Can I get paid in Dogelon? Can I get paid in Yeti? Can you? I don't think so. Only celebrities are allowed to do that. They don't want the average person to become wealthy. But if you're a celebrity, you are allowed to. Yes, I want my payment in this. So you know what you should do? I'm not telling you what to do, but they know that our money is so tight, with the gas prices so high, that we might not even invest into cryptocurrency. Hey, we have a chance to go into the stock market. Let's go into the stock market. No. The cryptocurrency market is where to go. You see, we at 41 cents on XRP, man, and they're steady buying. They are buying it up.
Bitcoin, you go over to the Philippines, they transfer your Bitcoin because there's no need for that.
So Hugo's asking whether Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency could play that role of a correspondent bank or effectively play the bridge currency between fiat to crypto, US dollar to Bitcoin, you said, and what was the other country? Philippines. Which is a peso? What's that? Peso, yeah. So US dollar fiat to crypto Bitcoin to Philippine peso. That is called a bridge crypto or bridge currency. That's in fact what Ripple is trying to do with XRP. So Ripple is a company that started as a messaging, a payment messaging service to compete with SWIFT. And that messaging service, which we'll talk about more Thursday, has been adopted by many banks. More recently, in 2018, they rolled out a prototype of using a crypto token, XRP, as a bridge currency. I would say yes, that is possible. I think there's an issue also about volatility. So if you're moving fiat dollar to crypto, Bitcoin, XRP to fiat, if you have a lot of volatility, that means it's a less it could be costly. But if it's stable value, so you can lower the cost two ways: lowering the volatility of the crypto, or lower the time. And XRP believes they have a solution that can be down to seconds, and thus even if there's volatility, that in seconds it won't move as much. And the friction will be that you have to sell dollars to buy XRP, and then sell XRP to buy peso, or you can interpose any bridge currency. One of the most significant opportunities for stable value tokens that we'll talk about in a few classes is what we can call it as a bridge currency for cross-border.
Yes, just the question is what will be the fees, and if it makes sense from an economic point of view.
So Western Union and other remittance companies can sometimes charge as much as 9 or 10%, especially for small dollar remittances. And I don't know if any of you do cross-border remittances, but if it's small dollar, it can be very significant fees. If it's large, multi-million-dollar transactions, you're getting into corporate treasury functions. So on the blockchain payment solution side, you have to always think about, is this targeted for the retail small dollar transactional side where you're trying to get inside of an 8 to 10% fee structure? But again, if it's only on $50 to $200 US dollar sort of transactions, you'd have to figure out how to get your cost structure down there. Or is it for the multi-million-dollar treasury function, for the Fortune 500 or the World 1000 or whatever treasury function, where they're really talking about frictions which are in basis points? But still, the bridge currency, crypto bridge currencies might still help in the treasury function side, I'll call the corporate treasury function side, all the way to the retail remittance side. The fee structures, the percentage fees are different. And you just have to be able to say, well, can I get inside of those